There it is, cut up into slices. Thing that I have been working on here for a few hours. A cranberry Christmas cake. I'm going to test it in a few minutes, taste it. It's very soft and moist. And it did rise some, even considering that there isn't any leavening in it. So I'll pick out a slice here and we'll see what it tastes like. I love cranberries, so I know I'm going to like this already. Very moist. The cake batter itself isn't overly sweet, but you can't go wrong with sugar, butter, and eggs. And the tartness of the cranberries, along with the sweetness from the cake, it's very, very good. And as you will see from the video clips that follow here, very few ingredients and quite easy to make. So follow along. If you like cranberries, I hope you'll give it a try. It is time to do some Christmas baking. And this is the ingredients for this relatively simple and easy to make cake. But there is something a little bit different about this cake. It does not have any leavening in it. The leavening is from whipping air into the eggs and sugar when you're making the cake. So that can be a bit tricky. We'll see how it turns out here. The ingredients are all in little bowls here. 3 large eggs. I've already beaten them up a little bit. 400 grams of sugar. 170 grams of soft butter. And I managed to melt the bottom of it just a little bit. I put it in the microwave for a few seconds there. A teaspoon of vanilla, and once again I'm going to use the vanilla paste with the vanilla seeds in it. 250 grams of all-purpose flour. 340 grams of fresh cranberries, which are readily available this time of year in most stores. The link below, as I always give for these recipes, you can change these measurements to cups and whatever, if that's what you prefer. I prefer to use scales, so I've already measured these things out. Well, let's get started. It goes together quite quickly, so preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And adding the eggs and the sugar. And this gets beaten for 5 to 7 minutes. And that is really important because you are adding the air that is going to be the leavening. It should be slightly thickened and light in color when they're finished. So I'll bring you back in about 7 minutes' time. Well, it says between 5 and 7 minutes, so I split the difference. I did mine for 6 minutes, or a little bit over. It certainly is a much lighter color, and it has thickened some, which is what it's supposed to do. Now you add the softened butter. I'm using unsalted butter. I don't know if it would make a great deal of difference, but that's what I'm using. And the vanilla bean paste. I do this because then you get to lick your finger. This stuff is delicious. And now it gets beat for another 2 minutes. Well, that's quite well incorporated. And now you add the flour. I'll add about half of it at a time. And you just barely fold this in. You don't want to lose the air that's there already. Same with the cranberries, they just get folded in. This also breaks up a few of the cranberries, gives you a little more color in the cake. Now, time to get my buttered baking dish ready. I think the recipe recommends a 9 by 13 baking dish, at least the person who wrote the recipe said that's their favorite. I don't have one. I think this is more like 7 by 12, so I guess mine will just be a little thicker. I don't want to waste any of this good stuff. Quickly spreading it as even as possible, something I'm not too terribly good at. And this bakes in a 350 degree oven, 30 to 40 minutes. 40 to 50 minutes. Pop this in the oven and show you what it looks like when it comes out. Well, there it is, just out of the oven. Mine went for almost 55 minutes. Again, I think because mine is thicker than it would be if you used the size pan that was recommended, so I wanted to make sure it was done in the center. It did rise, so that's encouraging. And now it has to cool completely before it can be cut into squares or pieces, whatever you want to call them, slices of the Christmas cranberry cake, which you saw at the beginning of the video. So quite easy, very few ingredients, and if you like cranberries, I hope you'll give this a try. Thank you very much for watching.